What's going on, everyone? This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back. Today we have an exciting video kind of sharing how to really customize your charts when trading. This is super important, and this will relate specifically to ThinkorSwim, but all of the major brokers out there that allow you to day trade and allow you to use charts typically allow you to control the look and feel for your indicators and for your chart as well. So hopefully everything I show in this video is extremely valuable, especially if you're choosing to use ThinkorSwim as your trading broker, as this really helps streamline the look and feel of your chart and can even help your trading itself because you can kind of clear up what that chart actually looks like. So we're on ThinkorSwim right now and we're in our charting tab. So if you want to get there yourself on your side, it'll kind of help follow along for today. And you will see for my chart, right, I keep it pretty clean. So in all of my past videos, you've probably noticed I keep indicators pretty minimally, right? I have a couple moving averages on my chart, and then I have my VWAP. So this white line is our VWAP indicator, which is an indicator I use quite a bit day to day when I'm trading. I have it white so that it essentially blends in, as this isn't something I use every day, right? This is essentially just a helper when I'm trading to determine direction. So first off, right, for indicators, I like to make all of my indicators different colors so that they don't conflict and so that I know, right, which indicator is what on my chart. So we'll notice I've got the white line for VWAP. I've got the red line for our 200-day moving average, which we can also see up here in the ribbon, right? I have that simple moving average on my chart, and I've made that red. And then I also have my moving average exponential, which is a 21-day kind of tighter moving average or 21 period moving average. And then I've made that a different color as well. So it's really easy on my chart to see really all three of my indicators. And how you can really control the colors for your indicators is you can come up here to this little filter funnel and click on that. That'll actually open up your different indicators or studies being used on your chart. And then if we wanted to control maybe our moving averages color, right, it's red now, but if we did want to change that, we can then come to this little toggle next to that indicator. And here's where we can really control everything about the indicator. So we can even control the style, right? If we don't want it to be a straight line, right? Maybe we want it to be a dotted line. We can control that all the way through to the color of the indicator. So here's where I've chosen the color. You can choose from there, 16 default colors on all of these different indicators, or you can pick from a larger color wheel. So a lot of control on really what colors you're using. And that's really how I've controlled my three main indicators in ThinkorSwim. If you notice, right, it makes it a lot easier to actually see how the price is doing, especially if these colors are controlled in a way where they kind of align with what you want. When you get the out of the box VWAP put on your chart, forget the color they put on day one, but it doesn't really go well with the green and red price bars. So that's a really big tip there. Next is going to be really the background itself. So up here, if we want to control the background of our chart, we can click on the settings up at the top and we can open up this, and this will bring up our chart settings. So there's quite a bit that we can control here, but the first thing I like to do is I like to uncheck this overlap volume, which will essentially move this volume pane at the very bottom to its own section on the chart. So when you turn on ThinkorSwim out of the box, this is actually checked to overlap. So if we apply this, that really puts your volume on the chart itself. So if we look, right, it's a little convoluted because it kind of blends into the price chart. So I like to take that off. And if we click apply, we can see that's really just moving the volume down here, which we can then expand to have a little bit more visibility. If we go back to the settings, we can also control a few other things. So if we go to our time access, I also like to have some expansion room to the right, which essentially opens up a little bit of the chart. If this is at 0, essentially the chart will stop at the current price bar, so there is no space to the right. So just visually, I like to see this a little bit better with a little bit of room to the right so I can forecast or use my levels to spot where I think the price could go next. If we go over to appearance, this is going to be the other spot where we can really control the look and feel from a chart perspective. And this is really where we can control the actual pricing and the background colors, if you will. So if we start with the color side over here at the bottom, we can control what our volume bars look like. So very similar to our indicators, right? We can click on this and we can control really the color of these different volume bars at the bottom. I recommend blending this in with kind of your background, but any color that works or is visually appealing to you, you can pick and choose that color being used for your volume. Down at the bottom, you also can pick your background color. So you can see mine is dark blue, but you can have black as a background and you can control the background of your chart as well. And then here, which is nice, you get kind of a preview of those two decisions. So you can test, right, if I want to have a black background and have gray volume bars, right, you can kind of pick and choose those two things and kind of see a snapshot of that here. We also can control what our candles look like. So if, price stays the same within a given minute, right, that's a doji candle. As we can see here, those are going to be white on my chart, which we can control. We also can control the borders of up and down candles. So in this case, those kind of line up with the fills within the candle. But here I'm showing that an up candle within that time period is going to be green, and then it is not going to be filled in. So I like my green candles to be see-through, just to help me visually see what's happening within that given time frame. But you can choose if you fill the candle or if you have a certain candle kind of opened up or see-through. We can do the same thing on the down candles, right? So instead of it just being red and filled in, right, we can have it red and see-through as well, or we can even change the color altogether. So full flexibility on the candles, and I typically leave these kind of as default, just so that it's cleaner on my chart and I don't want to change the candles itself. Hopefully this really helps with kind of how you can control the look and feel in ThinkorSwim. And when you make these different changes, feel free to let me know down below with a comment if this helps kind of your trading or if this helps just the look and feel of your charts. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. We have tons of other content coming for ThinkorSwim tips and then all things trading. So thanks everybody for the time, and we'll talk next time.